This podcast is sponsored by Compass Coaching Limited. Compass Coaching, there when you're facing the questions and course corrections of life, helping people like you find their true north. Now, on to the fun bits. Hi there, everyone. I'm Mary Holmström, founder of Compass Coaching Limited. I'm new to this side of town, and you've stumbled upon my very first podcast. This will be my brief but spectacular introduction, as they say, before diving into our regularly scheduled podcast format about who I am, why this podcast is relevant for you, and why you may even want to share it with others. So, first things first, my background is as a professional actor where I got paid very little and got comfortable with a life of rejection, which is a sweet spot if you love the word no or the phrase, guess what, you're on hold, and a corporate job that took on a life of its own, overshadowing my pursuit to become a full-time actor and fund my own indie short films, but was the road to nowhere. So I decided to get off that road. Grasping for many tools, and over the course of a number of years, I stumbled upon an event where the keynote speaker was a life coach. And I began to work with said coach, and through a number of serendipitous choices, landed directly onto my path and became the coach that I was looking for when I needed that course correction a few years ago. I am a great cook. I speak 2 3/8 languages. We'll discuss that little nugget in a later broadcast. My parents are so proud. I have a little black cat that speaks Siamese, and you may hear him every single time I record a podcast. I thrive on deep and powerful conversations, and I do love long walks on the beach. I'm just saying. So enough about me, and let's dive into the podcast premise. As I mentioned, I'm interested and thrive on deep and powerful conversations. So what does that look like in this space? My goal is to discuss topics that don't always get the airtime in the marketplace that they should. My coaching practice is centered around partnering with women midlife while they're going through life's transitions and coaching them through their process. But lots of those issues are directly affected or connected to a lot of other people in their lives. So that's why this podcast is for everyone. We'll discuss at times those touchy parts of life that are tough to talk about. Subjects ranging from pelvic prolapse to sexless marriage, when a partner or a spouse dies, parents that pass on, redefining what mom means these days, the God experiment, and other questions around faith and who we are as spiritual beings, to the walls that keep us from moving forward. And I could go on, but that would spoil too many surprises. So my guests and I will be fun, interesting, and you'll learn something every time you tune in. Everything I share with you through this venue will be part of a course correction you may need in your own life, or that of someone you know, and maybe even care deeply for, or I don't know, maybe you don't like them at all, but still, course corrections are inevitably needed when we do this thing called life. That's my commitment to you. So thanks for joining me on this journey, because together we'll keep discovering our true north. Now jump on over to that next podcast, you crazy kid. A special media thanks and credit to Coma Media on Pixabay for the musical vibe.